Top 8 Fort Worth Regional Mitsurugi Megalith. I mean, we could look at the deck list, but it's not going to explain anything. So let's watch it.
Bortle here at the Blazing Dominion Regional, hosted by Epic Cards and Games. My goodness, with whoa, returning to the channel, please introduce yourself to the world, man.
My name is Nick Petzl, and I got top 8 at the Fort Worth Regional playing Megalith Mitsurugi.
What? Wait, this deck again? Yo.
What? I mean, Megalith cards are, I think Megalith cards are not bad. They're just so hard to wrap your head around because they do a lot and then they do so little at the same time. It's kind of weird.
What made you start to play this deck for you?
I really like this deck because I feel like it can play pretty well on the boards. Because a lot of the stuff you do is within your hand, so you can dodge a lot of.
I love how we've watched like 3 deck profiles in a row now, where every time it's like if you get drolled, I'm pretty sure you just die. And I do think that is the case for Megalith as well. Especially, I mean, pairing it with Mitsurugi is not going to help fix that problem.
Interaction, and also a big advantage is nobody knows what your cards do.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty unfair.
Well, before we see the go, any shoutouts?
Yeah, so shoutouts to my car, so that'd be Noah,
Shoutouts
Adam,
to my car.
Dan, shoutouts to Sebastian back home, shoutouts to Bryson for showing me the deck, and yeah.
Sweet.
And shouts to Bortle for the profile.
Yeah, yes. Without further ado, show us the top 8.
Alright, so we'll start with the Megaliths. So the only 3 of that I play for the Megaliths is Aeratron. I'll just go over real quick of what they do. So most of the big Megaliths, they have an in-hand effect to discard themselves to Ritual Summon. He's the only one that's a quick effect, so if you open it on your opponent's main phase, you can Ritual Summon on their turn. So it's really good for dodging.
So, but correct me if I'm wrong, they are different in how exactly they Ritual Summon, right? Like some of them Ritual Summon from the deck, some of them Ritual Summon from the hand. They got different ways to Ritual Summon, right? So is this literally just a turn 0 Ritual Summon? You have to tribute material from hand and Ritual Summon from hand as well? The big ones, all the level 8s summon from hand. Okay. Pool summons from deck. Okay.
Interaction, because you can dodge Veilers and Perms with those. We'll do these 2 next. The other big ones are Bethor. He's a slow effect to Ritual Summon by discarding himself. And on summon, he can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of rituals with different names in your graveyard and destroy it.
This is one of the main ways that I remember how this deck used to like interrupt the opponent, because you would Ritual Summon this on the opponent's turn, and then it can literally like pop 15 cards or something. Because every single, you have like 10 different Megaliths in the graveyard, which means this can pop like infinite cards.
So with this guy, you're going to be summoning him on your opponent's turn a lot. Usually is your last layer disruption. He's popping like 5 or 6 cards. So those are the big ones. Then we also play 2 of the new guy, Notra Plura. So he has a couple effects.
This is branded lost, right? Or something like that. It's like for the rest of the turn, they can't respond.
The first effect is if he's in your hand, you can just reveal him like a Habakiri. If the effect resolves, your opponent cannot respond to your Megalith monsters for the rest of the turn.
Yeah.
So it's like a branded loss in that regard. And then in your combo, you'll summon him on your board, and he's also an Omni-Negate plays on the field.
My goodness.
Yeah, it's really, really good card.
Yep. That's the description.
The other 2 ofs, Fold. He's the one that gets the level 12 out from your deck. He has a couple effects as well. On summon, he gets any ritual from your grave back to your hand. So you.
My goodness. I think that was the first time I've heard Bortle say "my goodness" when it actually was, when it made sense. Because he says it in all the intros, but when after the description of that card, yeah, I think that's fair enough. I think you can say it. I think that makes sense.
You know, use a Mitsurugi card and to Ritual Summon him. You can trigger the Mitsurugi, search Ritual, and then use him to get the Ritual monster back, and then that way you already have full Mitsu combo. And then second effect is he can quick effect Ritual Summon a Megalith from your hand or deck by tributing from hand or field. So, very good disruption. The last 2 of is 2 Haggith. He on summon searches any Megalith spell or trap. Is not a hard once per turn, so if you keep summoning him, you can just keep searching spells and traps. And then slow effect to Ritual Summon any ritual monster from your hand. So if you have him on board, and let's say Aramasa and a Habakiri or a Markuma in your hand, you can actually use the Megaliths to ritual summon the Mitsurugis. And then the one-ofs I play are one Phalig. He's another discard to ritual summon, but his big effect is he boosts all your guys by 300 for every ritual in your grave. So he's usually how you'll go for game.
Oh god, 300 per ritual engraved? That gets so big. That doesn't sound massive, but that's like RS in Cool Tune. Like, oh, 300 per tuner, that's not that big of a deal. And all of a sudden you summon it and it's 5,000 attack.
One Ophiel on summon, he searches any Megalith monster.
Bro, I swear, didn't we just see this one? Was the other level 4 that I'm thinking of.
And then he's a slow effect to ritual summon any monster. And then the last Megalith is one full.
How many Megaliths did they make?
He's your recursion. On summon, he gets any Megalith card from grave to hand, not a hard once per turn. And then quick effect during the main phase, revive any Megalith monster from your graveyard. So very good recursion. And then Mitsurugis, I play one Habakiri, pretty standard, one Futsu. I play two Murakumo, because with this deck it's not actually that bad to open the rituals even if you don't have the spells, because if you open the Megaliths it's basically the same.
Can any of the Megaliths ritual summon any ritual monster from your hand? Like if you have these? Yes? All the 4s, yes, okay. And the level 8 ones have to ritual summon a Megalith, but they contribute any Mitsurugi as well as fodder. Like let's say I'm using a level 8 ritual to summon another level 8 ritual from my hand. Can I attribute Murakumo for it? Yeah, okay. Do they have to match the level, or is it equal or more? So I can like when I'm ritual summon Fool, the level 2, can I attribute Murakumo for that? Equal or more. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. Dude, that makes me think you might even want to play more of these, because they might just be your best ritual fodder for your Megalith stuff. But okay. I mean, the deck is already 57 cards, to be fair.
For the little guys, I play 3 Aramasa, because as I said, drawing it's fine. You can ritual with it, and then these are full combo by themselves. One Saji, one Kusanagi, pretty standard. One Night Sword Serpent. It comes up if sometimes you need the extra body on board to make the level 4, or you can use him to make Ashland because he's a water, which does come up a lot. And then 3 Manju and 1 Senju. Searches literally any ritual in your deck.
It's been so long since I've seen my goat Senju.
And then for the non-engine, the only hand traps on main deck were 3 Fua and 1 Shifter. Shifter doesn't really hurt your deck at all. And then Fua is just like the highest impact hand trap that you can.
Senju is Manju with Aura? Yeah, Senju is my boy.
Play spells, 3 pre-prep in the 1, if I can find it, Mirror. Pretty standard. 3 prayers. And then for the Megalith spells, these are really broken. 3 Megalith unformed. So it has 2 effects. The first effect's really not relevant at all, but the second effect lets you ritual summon a Megalith from your deck by attributing from hand or field, whose levels equal double its level. So if you have any of the Mitsus, contribute to level 8, summon any of the level 4 Megaliths from deck, and then that'll trigger both of their effects. Or if you have a level 4, you can summon the level 2 full from deck. And these are not once per turn either. So you can use all 3 of these in 1 turn, get it back with the level 4, use a 4th one if you want.
Dude, why did they give it? When he said these have 2 different effects, I just assumed that it was like, oh, you can activate 1 each. But it's just like, hey, yeah, this has 2 effects, but it's not once per turn anyways. You can just do it 3 times, the same one, doesn't matter.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Like, cool.
The newest Megalith spell is Anastasis. It's the only other Megalith spell I play. It has 2 effects. First one is once per turn. It's a slow effect. Discard a card, search 2 Megaliths, 1 level 4 lower, 1 level 8 or higher. It's kind of bad right now because of Ogre, but you still have to play it. And then the second effect is once per turn, if you ritual summon a Megalith, you can either draw 2, discard a card, or tribute an opponent's monster non-targeting. And so on your turn, when you're comboing, you'll usually do the draw 2, discard a card. And then on your opponent's turn, when you ritual on their turn, you can tribute one of their monsters. And that's really good against Cool Tune, because if they go normal effect, you chain this, they have to tribute a monster. Even if they, chain Cool Tune Synchro into it, their monster gets tributed. Yeah. So, then non-engine, I played 3 Droplet and 3 Dark Ruler in the.
This deck needs 3 cards to do anything, not even a 1-card combo, by the way. Dude, I think, and this might sound crazy, but as someone who's played this game for longer than 2 years, I feel like we should go back to a world where not every deck operates off of just 1-card combos. I think that shouldn't be the standard. I know it is right now. I understand that. I understand that every deck at the moment like is doing something with 1 card, but I feel like it should be okay for decks to require multiple cards to actually play. I don't know. I know the standard has gone up in terms of consistency, but I find decks that combo with multiple cards just significantly more interesting, because that has so many implications for the gameplay as well, right? Because every time you do a 1-card combo, it's going to be very linear, right? It's going to be very like, okay, this 1 card does this, and then that gets that does that, then you make that. And it's like, yes, the combos are still something you have to learn and figure out and everything, but a lot of the time it is very linear. And I think the gameplay that's provided by decks that combine multiple cards in different ways, I think it's more fun. So I'm hoping we can see decks like that more often. I know the standard is very high nowadays for consistency and 1-card starters and everything, but I just hate like when every single deck is divided into, here's my 1-card starters, here's my engine requirements, here's my non-engine, here go and play, right? And I don't know.
I just wanted to maximize my non-engine, because with this deck you kind of need as many cards in your hand to play as possible. So these worked out pretty well. Played 1 talents. I think it's pretty good this format. The Mitsu Ritual.
Just one ritual.
I played 1 thrust. This was like the last card I added in, just as a. You don't really have to play it. I just kind of added it.
We were on 56. 56 is a weird number. We better make it 57 with one thrust.
1 prosperity, never drew it the entire day. 1 call by, and then the trap. So that's the main deck. It's 57. It was 60 for a while, but I ended up cutting it down a little bit just to make it a little bit more consistent.
Wow. What 3 cards did you cut?
I believe it was a second of. Let me show you. It was a second one of the. Sorry. Second one of these and 2 drolls.
Okay.
That was in the main deck. So I cut those down.
I mean, I kind of hate drolling 60 cards. You're not going to open that shit anyways.
We'll go to the extra deck.
It's the same with Shifter, to be honest. I think Shifter, I mean, because you do draw cards in this deck, right? With the continuous spell. So I feel like if you ever draw into Shifter, it's going to be weird, but I mean,
so it's a bunch of rank 4s. You really have a lot of flex spots in this deck.
I would have expected this one to be on board breakers more, to be honest, instead of like Shifter and stuff. But it does make some sense to play the most impactful ones if you do happen to draw them.
So we'll just go first one, Tornado Dragon. Doesn't really come up that much, but it's there. Baguska in case you get Charmied. Exiton for going second. Dugaris for your draw 2 combo. Gallant Granite because it searches any Megalith in your deck.
Oh yeah, they're all rocks.
Because they're all rocks. I played a Giant Hand. It's just a flex spot. You don't have to play it. And then I play number 90, another flex spot in case you're scared of Nib. I play Coach King Giant Trainer because there is a combo if you open Mon.
I love that. That's based.
You can end on the full board. And if your opponent doesn't have any interruptions, like if they're on board breakers, you just make Coach King and you end up drawing 7 cards in your combo.
Say that again. What? 7.
And then I played.
So it's what? 3 from Giant King, 2 from Dugaris, and 2 from the Megalith spell. Okay, dude.
1 Zeus and 1 Typhon. And then for the links, just a bunch of link 2. So IP, SP, 1 Ashland to bridge your combos, 1 Dynamundo, and then 1 Dark. That's another flex spot. And then for the side deck, let me get that out. I sided Ash Blossom.
Draw 7 sounds like a Josh deck. Yeah, but like you're still kind of what you're drawing is just more gas for the most part, right? Because it was even though it was 57 cards, it was relatively light on non-engine. But I mean, if you're drawing 7 cards, you're likely to draw something, I suppose.
I don't think it's that high impact this format, but it is good against branded. And also going first, it stops Charmies, which is pretty relevant.
Okay, so people are starting to cite Ash Blossom for going first now. That's how far we've come. All right, noted.
The Drolls I put in the side deck, same reason. I only want them in certain matchups. I don't want to draw them against dead matchups. 3 Lava Golem. You don't really need your normal summon. If I bring these in, I usually...
It makes sense. I get it. I get it. It's just... I'm curious.
Side out all my Manjus and Senjus. And then so against Cool Tune it's really good. Outs Roselip, outs Zaylin. Roselip's going to be gone after this, but if they see Lava Golem in your hand, it makes it kind of hard for them to play. I played 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Duster, just for back row because there are a lot of back row decks, and then I played 1 DDG as a thrust target, and 1 Judgment. There are 2 cards missing from the side deck because I had to give them back. It was 2 D5s. Those were really good. I would just go D5 combo. If they have Veiler, Ogre, Droll, they can't do it. But I think the only change I would make would just be cutting the DDG and the thrust and then just playing 3 D5 in the side deck. But
Hey, well, thank you for the explanation, and again, congrats on getting top 8, man.
I mean, dude, it does look like a really fun deck. I gotta give him that. It does look like a really fun deck. It just sounds horrible into Droll and Lockbird. Like, actually, like the worst experience possible into Droll. Other than that, it sounds pretty awesome, which is rough. As every Mitsu variant. I mean, okay, yes, Mitsurugi in general is weak to Droll and Lockbird, but there's definitely a difference which version you're using. Like this version is definitely weaker to Droll and Lockbird than like a pure Mitsurugi deck, where instead of having like 2 or 3 Megalith cards in hand, you're gonna draw like Impulse and Spark. You know, it's not necessarily the same level of weak to Droll and Lockbird. Because basically, if your deck is full gas, then Droll and Lockbird hits you harder than if your deck has like defensive options. Especially when your non-engine here is like Hualos and Dark Ruler, which are both not usable going first. And then you have Droplet, which you can use going first, but if you get rolled and you just end on the Droplet, then it's not going to be a good time either, right? Definitely not. So it sounds like a really fun concept, but it doesn't sound like anything that I would want to play until Droll and Lockbird is gone, or at least limited like it is in the OCG. But in a format where Droll is going to be relatively popular and at 2 in almost everyone's decks, I don't want to play a deck like that. I really don't want to play a deck like that. If you open Unformed, you can do some plays in draw phase, but not much. I mean, yeah, sure. If you open Unformed and like in like a Mitsurugi ritual monster, then you can do some really cool stuff, I'm sure. I'm not saying Droll is going to beat every single hand in this deck, but I mean, you're playing 57 cards, so drawing the Prayers plus Ritual Monster combination or drawing Unformed plus Ritual Monster combination is going to be a lot harder than if it was a deck closer to 40 cards, right? And even drawing outs like Called by the Grave or even Dimensional Fissure post side is going to be less likely if you're playing this many cards, right? So it's hard to justify playing a pile deck in a Droll format when the pile deck loses to Droll. But I mean, like, it's cool to see that it was still able to perform, right? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, Droll and Lockbird is semi-limited. You are not going to get hit with it every game. And if you just high roll a little bit and don't get drolled all day, then this deck sounds like it can do some pretty serious work. And they got top 8 at the regional, which is good. I mean, that's pretty impressive, honestly.